my brother's 357 Magnum. It's the good, the bad, and the very, very ugly. The good, the American people. A poll of the American people by Bloomberg, so it shows Americans hold former President George W. Bush responsible for the budget deficit, unemployment, and illegal immigration. Plus, most surprisingly, 60% of Americans say George W. Bush is primarily responsible for our current situation in Afghanistan. Why is it a surprise that everybody's right? Well, I guess, yeah, okay. The bad. Rush Limpballs. He says there's no such thing as preventative medicine. It's really just mind control in 1984. But wait, there's more. He also said, Lenin is the father of the concept of national health care. That's ugly, ugly. And a big fat lie. And the very, very incredibly, insanely, mind-bogglingly ugly Glenn Beck.
Once you get into the common good, it's over. And this is the perversion that every minister, pastor, priest, bishop, every single person in America, every rabbi should be at the pulpit saying the same thing. Get away from anyone who talks about the common good. Because the common good, if you put that first and you reject the individual, you are headed for the death camps.
Yeah, so let's see what the founders had to say about Glenn Beck's horror at the phrase the common good. Alexander Hamilton. February 5th, 1775. He's talking about in contriving any system of government. What do you have to do? He said, by this interest, we must by these means make him cooperate in the public good. Okay, what about John Adams, our second president of the United States, founding father, there for both the Declaration of Independence and I believe the Constitution? He said, government is instituted for the common good, for the protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people, and not for the profit, honor, or private interest of any one man, family, or class of men. Yeah, therefore. Okay, how about James Madison, our fourth president, and the father of the Constitution? Federalist number 57. This is from the Federalist Papers. The aim of every political constitution is, or ought to be, first to obtain for rulers men who possess most wisdom to discern and most virtue to pursue the common good of the society. How about George Washington, father of America, the general who led the Revolutionary War and was our first president? This is a proclamation that he issued on October 3rd, 1789. He said, George Washington said, the second concern for the founders in drafting the First Amendment was that all citizens should be free to practice their religion freely without interference with government, so long as that practice does not violate the rights of others or threaten the public good. The common good, excuse me. And Thomas Jefferson, of course, third president, author of the Declaration of Independence, from his first inaugural address, he's talking about the exertions of some have worn an aspect which might impose on strangers unused to think and speak what they want to write. But this is now being decided by the voice of the nation, announced according to the rules of the Constitution. All will, of course, arrange themselves into the will of law and unite in common effort for the common good. All these evil people, according to Glenn Beck, Alexander Hamilton, John Adams, James Madison, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. Amazing.